A new study from Apple shows that 1 in 3 adults are exposed to high levels of noise, enough to risk ear damage. John is sitting down to ask questions about how you can limit your risk.
All right, thank you, Brooke. And joining me on the couch is Christina Dreve, a hearing instrument specialist at Dayton's Beltone Hearing Center. Welcome to 5 on 2, Christina. Let's talk about this trend of hearing loss. Just how significant is it in the Miami Valley?
It is affecting 1 in 3 people. We are seeing volume exposures of over 70 decibels. That is a limit over which we shouldn't go. So we need to be sure we're setting our earbuds and our audio at or below that 70 decibel level.
So how concerning is that trend?
It does affect hearing. It can be a temporary hearing loss. It can also create permanent hearing loss, and a lifetime of exposure creates further problems. 1 in 6 teenagers now have hearing loss.
Christina, we live in a noisy world. You're talking about that noise level. Just what kind of environments are we talking about? Can we get noise levels that loud?
It's things we commonly overlook. Something as simple as using a hammer and hanging a picture can give dangerous levels of noise exposure. Cutting your grass is something people overlook. They just get out there and mow. We need to be wearing hearing protection, something as easy as a headset like this or foam inserts. We should be using, even if we're using the chop saw for some quick woodworking.
All right, let me ask you this then. This morning, I was one of those people out cutting the grass. I didn't have the headset on, but I did have my earbuds in, and of course I'm listening to music. So what's your advice in an environment like that?
If you have noise canceling headphones, all the better. But ideally, from a hearing instrument specialist perspective, I would like to see you using hearing protection and not necessarily listening to sound while you have exposure to the lawnmower.
All right, let's talk about effects here, both short-term and long-term. Just what kind of rates are you seeing, and how can people, if possible, reverse? Is that even a possibility here with this?
There are temporary threshold shifts. If you have a exposure at a concert, your hearing could go down for a couple of days, but volumes that loud usually have long-term effects.
All right, so what are some of the simple everyday changes that we can make if we're just out and about? You mentioned mowing the grass and how to take protection there. What are some other things that we can do to be careful?
We need to be sure that we're not surpassing the volume controls on our phones or on our music earbuds as we're listening to music. Don't override those built-in safety features.
Some of the people watching right now, Christina, are already dealing with hearing issues, hard of hearing. That's just a way of life for them. What's your advice?
It's important to get a baseline test for everybody 55 years and older. At Beltone Hearing, we do offer free evaluations. So if you notice that you're having trouble in noise, it's also good to reach out and see what your hearing levels are.
All right, people going into the weekend might want to turn up the volume a little bit on that radio as they're driving around. Christina, what's your advice to people when they start to crank up those tunes?
It's okay for a short period of time. We just don't want prolonged exposure to levels above the safe limits.
Like rock concerts?
Rock concerts are difficult. Lots of people want to go and leave their ears unprotected, but ideally wearing foam inserts at a rock concert is the best way to go.
Yeah, and with Taylor Swift coming to town, all you Swifties out there, make sure you're listening to Christina and take some little things to put in your ears there to keep yourself safe. Great advice, Christina Dreve, hearing instrument specialist at Dayton's Beltone Hearing Center. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing some great advice with our viewers.
Thank you.